From the EASL side, we have Mr. Dominic Tang, Senior Vice President and Head of Operations at EASL. We have Honorable Jose Abellanosa, a counselor in the city of Cebu and the representative today for the mayor's office. Thank you. We have Mr. Paulo Trillo, the team manager for the Morocco Bolts. And we have Dr. Roel Dejano, the chairman of the Cebu City Sports Commission. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dominic Tang to speak first.
Hello. All right. Good morning, everybody. Also from my side, first of all, warm welcome. Good morning, and thank you for coming for this morning to our press conference for our basketball for Cebu, our relief game from EASL, where we're going to have the Morocco Bolts competing against Macau Black Bears. First of all, I would like to thank Ernesto and the office of Cebu City to make this happen so fast. Right? I mean, it was a very quick decision after we saw what happened in Cebu over the last couple of months with the earthquake, with the typhoons, and we made the conscious decision to come over here, and we wanted to do something to give back to Cebu, to the Philippines. And I think without Ernesto's help on this one, it would have not been possible in the office. And then also from my side, a special thanks and warm welcome to Contra Jose, Dr. Roel, and then of course our friend Paulo. Also for our side from EASL, coming here as a guest to bring this game up in such a last minute would have not been possible with our friends Rocky over there. Thanks a lot, man, for your help. And then also we have Popoy, the representative for SBP, our partners for our youth development program, who helped us a lot on the ground here to connect us with the right people, to help us with the local government and help us with our sponsor partners on the ground. Popoy is not here, but a special thanks to him. And then of course to all of the medias and all the influencers who came over last minute to help us to promote the cause and make sure we can cover this in the right manner. Thank you very much, guys, for coming and for your support. On the last, we had Cebu Landmaster, right, who came on board and heard about the cause and said, okay, we're going to help you guys with the hotels. They put us here in Citadel. They helped us to organize the press conference, right? The Cebu Life Hotel, which is right next door, also very supportive, everything under Cebu Landmaster, and again, everybody was just so helpful, right? And then obviously the last one, Cebu Coliseum. Like Cebu Coliseum had a game going on, did everything what they could to rearrange their schedule and said, you know what, because it's for a good cause, we're going to give the whole venue as a contribution to the relief game. So a special thanks to the owners and the management of Cebu Coliseum. All right, now a little bit to the context. Everything what we're going to raise during this game, all of the proceeds of this game will be donated to the earthquake and typhoon victims which happened over the last couple of weeks, months. For this one, we will work very closely with Ernesto's office and the office of Cebu City. As we know, we are guests here, right? We don't know where this money is needed. The office and us, we're going to work very closely together to make sure the money goes to the right people for the right causes and help the right initiatives. All right, for us, going a little bit into the story for EASL. For us, Cebu is a big part of our journey in EASL since season 1. Right? We played here our finals for our very first season, and we played it in the Lapu-Lapu Hoops Dome. You know, some people can remember. We had a packed out Hoops Dome with not one Filipino team there. The fans, they were absolutely crazy. The fans enjoyed the games, and this one was especially for me an indicator, for our whole EASL Philippine strategy. Cebu is going to play a very important role. Maybe because I was the one in charge of executing the finals and I spent 8 weeks, almost 9 weeks here. So, and I think in those 8 weeks, I really fall in love with the city. I think the open-heartedness, the approach to problem solving, and just the generosity of the people in Cebu just showed us, we need to come back here. Right? For us, for this season, actually, it was when we planned the season 2025-2026, we made the decision to say, you know what, for our Philippine strategy, we want to take the games beyond Manila. Right? Again, we had a very good experience coming into Cebu. For 2025-2026, we made a conscious decision, let's take the games on the road. Right? Let's take them out of Manila. Let's make sure, like, the Philippines, everybody knows is basketball crazy, but I think as soon as you go to the provinces, you go to Cebu, like there's another level of basketball crazy for fans, right? And the passion for it, and I think I'm personally very, very excited for the game tomorrow. Right? And we started our first game with our Philippine strategy last week, also with the Morocco Bulls, also facing the Taoyuan Pilots in Isabela. Again, we couldn't have asked for like better support and like a better outcome for this game. And then right after Isabela, they came over here, right? So for us moving forward with our Philippine strategy, it's like we don't want to come to Cebu just like every 2 years. We don't want to come here and say like, oh, we really like, for us moving forward, we want to make Cebu one of our strongholds for our Philippine strategy. Right, so for us, it's like in our plan, it's like to play at least 1 or 2 games every season. Right, we are looking at the possibilities like for our diverse products we'll be bringing in, like our Future Champions camp with Mike and Sasha, which is going to happen this afternoon. And yeah, I mean, we are here to stay, and we're looking for a long-lasting relationship in Cebu. And we really want to like be a part of the ecosystem of the Cebu basketball. Right, moving on for this one here, like for our youth development program, which we're going to have this afternoon, we have a very special concept around this, and we integrate like quality basketball with international coaches, quality basketball, but we also adding the fun aspect to it. Right, so that's why we have our friends here from the social media aspect, our influencers who are going to join our Future Champions camp. Thank you very much for the coverage. Right, the media is invited. And then, of course, like our friends from Morocco Bulls, as soon as they heard we're going to do something for kids, I'll say, okay, we're going to come by, we're going to help. So thanks a lot for this. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And anybody who wants to see it, wants to be part of it, you're more than welcome to join us. I think it's said enough. If you guys have any questions later on, just let me know. And for us at CSM, we're just very grateful, very happy to be back in Cebu. Very thankful for everybody and their support to support this good cause. I hope we're gonna make a difference, and I hope we're gonna help the right people with this. And again, thanks a lot for the local government to welcome us again here. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll go to the council.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We're all still sleeping because it's gonna be a cold morning outside, I believe. So first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who did all that they can, all the hard work to make this possible. Of course, I'd like to, on behalf of the mayor, actually, as much as Mayor Nestor wanted to be here to join all of us, unfortunately, as I've told Mr. Dominic earlier, that he has several 10 a.m. schedules, like 7 or so, and he gave 3 to me. So we hope that Mayor Nestor not being able to attend here, but hopefully he'll be able to watch the basketball game tomorrow to welcome still personally all of you. Of course, EASL, the people behind them, we're so thankful, and of course to our Philippine basketball team representative, of course, sir, we're also thankful, Sir Paulo, that you have volunteered your team, Meralco Bolts, and of course, do we have any representatives from the other team, Macau? Okay, so please help us send our thanks to them. Of course, they're coming from Macau. It's very great. And this morning, this game is of course for the recent calamities that have passed Cebu City and of course Philippines. And we hope that this charity game event, this is also something that we'd like to announce and share to all Cebuanos, and not only Cebuanos but all the people here, because we also have a number of tourists that are here. We hope that they can join us for the game tomorrow, because this will raise and help the victims of this. But actually, just to inform everyone, especially our guests from the ASL, that we just had a recent typhoon, which is Tino and Uwan, and we are still in November, and there are still about 5 typhoons left to come in, because that is until Z, letter Z. So we hope that we won't be as much as affected until letter Z and until the year ends. But definitely, Cebu City is very much open to all of these basketball events, not only just from EASL, but we are happy to start off with EASL. Since growing up, everybody in this room, I believe, grew up on basketball, watching on the TV. And unfortunately now, basketball is still one of the top sports that are placed next to mobile games. That's why I said unfortunately. And we hope that this basketball matchup can help inspire the local basketball community that we have here in Cebu City, and of course bring back the thirst of the game that our youth would want to play on the streets again, just as much as they would want to. And of course, like I always say, Cebu City needs help more than anything, aside from other places here, because I know everyone here has seen on social media all the effects of the recent issues that we have in our country, like flooding and etc. Of course, we don't want to get into that, because we're here for basketball this morning. And a message to everybody, including the EASL, and of course our teams coming from Macau and from Manila. We hope that through this game, you'll be able to help Cebu City, because in our language, we have maybe someone, I can just translate it to you now, but of course, EASL, Sports Commission, Cebu City, Mayor Nestor Archibald, we can't do it alone ourselves. So that's why, to the Cebuanos out there watching, like it's a message that goes, help us, help you. No, we need your help for us to be able to help you. In Bisaya, it's tabang himig nga tabangan mo. And of course, to our Tagalog guests, Filipino guests, it's tulungan nyo, basta tulungan. Tulungan nyo kami matulungan yung ibang tao. So it's all about helping and giving back to the community. Yes, we get entertainment and we return back to the Cebuanos because of this. It's very big for Cebu City, and we hope that more games like this will happen here. And of course, again, everybody here in this media press con this morning, thank you very much to everyone who's here, because as little as this, as your presence goes a long way. So thank you so much again, and good morning.
We'll go to Dr. Roel, and then we'll finish with Sir Pal.
Good morning, everyone, and especially our friends from EASL. First of all, I'd like to thank and commend EASL for having this game in Cebu for the benefit of our typhoon and earthquake victims. It actually goes to show that their excellence in sports and entertainment goes a long way, and also shows their social responsibility. And we, of course, in the Sports Commission, is very grateful that they have chosen Cebu as one of their areas for their program, the long-term program for future champions. Because part of our initiative in the Cebu City Sports Commission is really for development of grassroots sports. And with the program of EASL having their future champions training and working with our kids, and also the training for the trainers. Yeah, training the trainers and for the kids. No, that's actually a welcome development. We had initial talks, and actually I was expressing to them that, of course, sometimes even if you're already up there, you still need some inputs from other sources, no, in order for us to really develop a good basketball program. And my good friend here, Rocky, who's very active in organizing these events, and with just a very quick. We were informed very recently, and then with all the happenings around, and now it's finally come into realization. No? So I think this is something that Cebu has been looking forward. It's been quite some time, no, that there's a basketball game like this happening in Cebu City. Because I understand your previous games was across the channel, no? In Lapu-Lapu City. So we look forward to a good game tomorrow, and also our kids from Inayawan, I understand, no? Our kids from Inayawan, the neighboring barangay of our councilor here, no? They will really be, as you said, they will be really thrilled with what's going to happen this afternoon. So hopefully you can also come and witness and watch the training for these kids. And I know EASL has bigger plans for the kids that will be discovered. And the way I understand it, they will be brought to games, probably not just in Asia, but maybe in Europe or in the Americas. No? So we look forward to that. So again, thank you very much. And of course, to our beloved Mayor, no, Mr. Archibald, and the Cebu City Council and the Cebu City government for always supporting initiatives in sports. No? And we would like to say, that you're always welcome here, and with the full support of the Cebu City government and the Cebu City Sports Commission, you're more than welcome all the time. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead. Morning. It's at the bottom.
Morning, everyone. Morning. Hearing everyone speak here in front, I guess my first thought is we're all so very excited to be here. I know Dom is very excited. It took him 18 hours to travel here, and he made it. But just want to say it's our third consecutive year for Meralco Bolts competing in the EASL, and we really take pride in being the Philippine team that's representing the PBA. We take pride in representing Meralco Bolts. We always say take pride in also representing the PBA, but of course the country more than anything. And when we learned about the game happening here in Cebu, the initial reaction of the team, of course, was really excitement, because it's no secret that the Cebuanos are some of the best fans in the world. Most avid basketball fans. So there's a lot of excitement to be playing over here. But what made it more exciting for us is the basketball for a cause here in Cebu. The other day in practice, some of the players got together, Ron Day, our captain, Chris Newsom, the rest of the players. And it was very touching, because they wanted to raise some fund on their own to also help and contribute to the donations. And so I think they raised quite a good amount. Management at the same time also wanted to contribute. So what we're going to do is, the amount that they raise, management will top it up, and we're going to vouch and commit 500,000 to the city of Cebu. So yeah, again, we just want to say that we're very excited and happy to be here to really basketball. What we're doing here for the cause is really bigger than basketball. But of course, we do this in partnership with the City of Cebu and with the EASL. And we're very proud and honored to be here. And we hope we can give everybody a great game. At the same time, it'll be for a good cause. Thank you.
Thank you all. So for the next 10 to 15 minutes, we'll open the floor to media for any questions. So, if you have a question, please just raise your hand and then just project your voice a little bit so everyone up here can hear.
Thank you first of all to Isel. He's the first PBA game in Cebu City in 30 years, and 12 years already. The last was Miracle against the Context in 2013. So this is the first time that a PBA game will be playing in Cebu at the Cebu Coliseum in 12 years. So, sir, I am just wondering, are you going to invite that boy who was like a 15-year-old boy in Biluan was a hero? At the height of the deadlift plan, he saved over 50 lives. So are you planning to invite him the ringside to watch the game?
To be honest, I am not familiar with the story, but now when you bring it up, of course we're going to invite him.
Yeah, actually, if he's there, we'd like to also maybe be nice for him to sit near our bench, and we can also welcome him to enter the dugout, have a photo ops with the players there.
Okay, my second mission was the first region.
Okay.
For grasping by we've gone a long way since the NBA days. So, coach, how does it feel to be back to Cebu? You've been assistant coach of the Cebu team for quite a while.
Actually, see, Coach Luigi is. No worries. Yeah, so your question again? Yeah.
No, it's okay, sir.
Okay.
Manny, can I interject? With regards to that boy who was, I think he's like a hero. No, I think I have the resource to invite him. No, I'll try to connect with somebody who's a good friend who also was the one who really posted on online about him. So yeah, okay, we can do that with people from the sports commission.
He has been a symbol of
Yeah, I think that's a very good initiative.
Anything you need to
I'm sure EASL can extend a number of, not just one, probably 5, as long as.
I think from ESL side, same as from Morocco Ball side, like of course, whatever we can do, we can extend on invitations, we can extend on support and then of tickets, of course, no problem. Let us know what you need. We're gonna make it happen.
That's what EASL and what we're doing here for. Just like what we mentioned earlier, is giving back to the community. So that's a good point. Thank you very much, Sir Manny, for pointing that out. At least they can start from that, to invite one or several people who are affected.
Good morning, Wendy Rosales, Sports Writer of CDA. To Sir Paulo, sir, how is the team, sir? How are they prepared for the game tomorrow, considering that most Cebuanos will be rooting for Miracle Boys? And are there any injuries, or is everyone available for the game tomorrow?
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. We arrived last night. I know we have practice right now, 11 to 1. It was a rough trip back from Isabela because our flights got canceled the following days. We all took a bus coming home to Manila, slept in the bus overnight. So we gave them 2 days off just to recover. Had a good week of practice. We have some players out with injuries. CJ Cancino had a sprain, Brad sprain a few weeks back, and then he swelled up again this week, so he won't be here. Some other players are also dealing with injuries, but minor injuries. So far, we're looking okay and healthy getting into the game. Practices have gone okay, so yeah, we're prepared for it. We'll try to do our best to give the crowd here something to cheer about.
Sir, is there any plan of bringing the players to the game
We wish we had more time to do that over here, you know. But like in terms of the schedule for today, we have our practice. We get back here, and then later on for the coaches clinics, we'll have players and coaches going to support that. I understand some of our players on their own, they have friends and family here in Cebu. So I think some of them are doing other things as well to try and visit and help out. But in terms of a scheduled, apart from the ESL schedule right now, the schedule's a bit tight, so maybe not today, and then tomorrow's game day as well. So, I mean, rest assured, we're on their own. They're trying to reach out on their own. Yeah.
Sir, about the tournament, we want to record, sir. What's your chances of making it to the playoff?
Yeah, every game is important. So we try to take it one game at a time. But obviously, for us to qualify to the next round, we need to win. Only the top two in each of the groups really advance. So yeah, it's almost like do or die for us, I guess you could say. And in terms of us wanting to, you know, put ourselves in the best chance to make it to the next round. Yeah.
What do you think about the Macau Black Bears? It's their first game, right?
It is, yeah. They're a very different team now than from when we last played them. We played them in the ESL before, but they had a different coach, a different set of players. We still don't know the final lineup because our managers meeting is later tonight when they arrive. So, you know, they will list their final lineup later. But we know they're a good team, very good team, good program. It's going to be a very competitive game. I mean, for them qualifying and being in the ESL proves that they are one of the top teams, if not the top team in Macau. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very competitive and challenging game for us.
Sir, after this game in Cebu, would you consider bringing a semi-final team in Cebu again, just like what you did in Lapu-Lapu in the future?
I mean, it's, again, for us in ESL's management, and I think my colleagues can do it, I'm always the one who's ruling the suggestion Cebu. It's definitely, how I said before, for us, Cebu is a big part of our ongoing Philippine strategy, right? And then also like seeing like how the arenas and how the arenas are getting updated here, right? SM Arena, everybody's waiting for it, like excited with it. And of course, I mean, we had a great experience here. I think what do you need to think, like our games being broadcasted and being seen by millions of people throughout Asia, right? And I think with our very first finals we did here, the combination of like come to Cebu, watch quality basketball, hang out at the beach, see the mountains, play golf, right? I mean, it was just too easy to promote Cebu for us. So for us, definitely to make it a short answer, yes, Cebu will always be on the list for our finals and for special events. And then, how we said, our strategy is to stay here for a long time. Like, we're not going to come out. We really want to try to become a part of the Cebuano like basketball ecosystem. So yes, we're definitely looking at the possibility of playing finals here again.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Paul, yes, sir. Why is it that it's always Meralco representing the PBA or the Philippines? Is there any?
Well, there are certain qualifications that the ESL had for teams to qualify, and based on that, that's how we've been able to make it every year. Yeah. Each year, you know, it was case-to-case basis, but we basically fell into those qualifications.
Go, yeah.
Question for Coach
Yes.
Patrick of Jockey.
Yes.
Coach, I just wanted to ask, is there any update regarding Justin Brownlee's situation with the team?
Yes. Well, we learned that he arrived actually in Manila already, but because he also has commitment to play for our FIBA qualifiers, so he will be joining the national team. He'll be joining Gilas. As far as how ready he is, we all learned also that you remember he was dealing with pneumonia some weeks back. So it's a health issue, I guess. We don't know how healthy he'll be. even just in time for the qualifiers. We're not really sure. But you know, as he progresses, then we'll see if he's ready to be in game shape. Definitely, he's not going to reach our game this weekend. We have one more game left in December. We'll see first how he fares with the national team and take it from there. Thank you.
We'll have time for 3 more questions if there are any. Go ahead.
For the Cebu officials, how important was it that the Cebu Coliseum was able to be renovated? Just talk about how big it is for the city that the Coliseum was renovated.
Actually, Cebu Coliseum has always been Cebu's only, I believe, venue for sports, and it has been used for different sports like basketball, volleyball. And of course, we are proud as well that it has been given a refreshed look, and of course, it will be able to accommodate more prestigious events like EASL, and of course, hopefully, the addition of playing venues here in Cebu City, not only just by Cebu Coliseum, and of course, its refresh would certainly help boost and attract more sporting events here, not just basketball. But of course, it will give spectators and Filipino basketball sports fans a more convenient and greater time to watch these events.
Yeah, working with CISAFI, the premier school league in Cebu, the renovation of the Cebu Coliseum is a very much long overdue renovation. No? So, of course, we are very grateful for the University of Cebu, its president, Attorney Acostugo, for really doing a whole facelift of the new Cebu Coliseum. So now we can really call it the new Cebu Coliseum because even when I was still a kid, it has been there. And now you can see the big difference because it used to be warm, hot, and now there's already air conditioning with the big Jumbotron, and the seats are new. So that's really, really good. And then not just with the renovation of the Cebu Coliseum, Cebu is also looking forward to the new SM Arena. So hopefully we can have more sporting events happening in Cebu, not just local events but also international tournaments in the future.
All right, we'll take last question here. Go ahead.
For Sir Dominic, with the launch of Future Champions PH, do you see EASL expanding into youth competitions or women's competitions in the future?
I think it's a very smart question, but I think for us, for our vision for the Future Champions program is actually to combine the region. So our idea is not really to come in and be another youth development program or competing with other programs on the ground. Right? I mean, for us as a league, the whole idea behind Future Champions was we have the infrastructure and we have the capability of connect the region. Right? We're playing games in all of our markets. We have the operations, we have the infrastructure, and then our question was how can we feed into the basketball ecosystem and how can we make basketball better? Right? So for us, EASL is more like in addition to support the local existing camps already and programs, and say, you know what, if you have a kid who can make it into the EASL Future Champions League program, he's going to be trained by international coaches, right? He will have the opportunity to compete against the other best kids in Asia, right? And then after this, he can go back to his camp. We really want to support the local programs and help them to get better. One very big part for us is our trainers program. We're very, very lucky to have SBP as our official partner here in the Philippines. And we have, again, for us it's like, we spend a lot of time on like, how can we make it better, right? So for us it's like, do we train 50 kids or do we try to train 50 coaches, Right? What is the long-lasting outcome, and how can we make basketball in general better? And it's a big undertaking. Back to your questions, like we're not planning to have anything joining, like competing against other like youth development programs or so. We really are coming in as a supporting program to give the kids and to give those programs better opportunities, like better coaches, give the kids the opportunity to work with international coaches, give them overseas experience, right? And then we want to get recognition to the local programs who build those kids. Like we don't want to take them away from you. You build them up, we help them to develop, we can have them back. And I hope in the next 3 to 4 years we have some kids we can help to get a scholarship, Division 1, go overseas, right? I mean, again, the goal is like to make basketball better for kids.
All right, thank you for everyone's time. And we take one more?
Okay.
One more, go ahead, and we'll end it there.
Okay, so I'm Ned. I'm a content creator. And this question is for Sir Dominic. What impact do you hope this event will bring to the circuit defense community?
Which impact does it bring? So first of all, I think number one thing is I hope we're going to raise a lot of money, which we can donate for the good cause. The other thing is like giving the people in this difficult time some excitement. Right? I mean, obviously, like we said, like there are real problems, they're serious problems. Right? And I think when the mayor's office has to fight with and have to handle it, those are like life-changing problems of people what they're having. Right? And when they're on the ground, and people like need to get back their houses in order, people need to go back to work, kids need to go back to school. Right? There's a lot of people who lost everything. So for us, it's like coming in, giving something back, and giving, even in this difficult time, giving some excitement, some entertainment for those like 90 minutes, 2 hours, for those kids to come to train with professional players, to lighten up a little bit the stressful times right now. So for us, full arena, like giving the people a great show, and like a little bit of relief of the difficult times people are going through, right? And then I think this is all we can do with sports, right? And then obviously supporting the local governments as much as we can by rebuilding.
Actually, if I may add to that, we Filipinos find humor in everything, despite going through calamities or hard times. Just as much recently, we had a citywide or even province-wide blackout because of the Typhoon Tino, and I believe Filipinos will always resort to. We hope that the electricity will come back tomorrow because there's a PBA game the following day to watch out for. So of course, sports and basketball is that important to us Cebuanos.
All right, thank you everyone. What will happen now is these four gentlemen will stand up, we'll take a quick photo together.